Hi guys, today I'm just going to quickly look at the group of fives that John McLaughlin uses when improvising at a fast tempo like 180 beats per minute. Okay, I'm starting with an up stroke. Up, down, up, down, up. In order to nail the changes, this group of five will make the fifth note the first note of the next chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have E minor, and then I'm going to go to the ninth for D flat major 9. So if we go from here, this note is the first note of the next chord, D flat major 9. So when we play this group of five, that last note is the first note of the next group, and hence you've nailed the changes. Okay, so this grouping, takadimithon, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it now becomes 1 E and a 2. So 1, and this comes on the second beat. Hence you've nailed the chord change. Da-di da da da, da-di da da da, da-di da da da, da-di da da da. 1 E and a 2. Okay, as you can see, we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the fifth note being the first note of the next chord, D flat. Of course, this is ambiguous harmony, E minor to D flat, so that makes it even more difficult when you see it on paper. But in reality, if you play in a group of five, your fifth note will be the first note of the next chord, so you will have nailed the change. Hence, you will also be creating musical phrasing. And that's why the alternate picking works very, very well when you play in terms of musical phrasing at a fast tempo. And here are some examples from John McLaughlin himself. As you can see, the groups of five are very common and they crop up all over the place. Okay, that's really just touching on this. I'm not saying that John McLaughlin consciously does this. I'm just saying that this, starting with the upstroke as the first rhythm really to nail the changes at a fast tempo, works very, very well. There's other versions which I will go into in the next videos, and that will be used in groups of 6 and 7. Also 2 groups of 4. But to begin with, most people have problems when it comes to the second chord, because if you just play 1 eander, it just stops. Da-da-da-da. If you just play, it stops. But if you play, you get to the next chord. That's if there's one chord per beat, and you might find that in a lot of fusion. Okay, to begin with, I'm starting with a down stroke. Down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's supposing our sequence was F sharp minor to D minor, E minor to C minor. Now again, they're unrelated. It's not really a related chord sequence. But in fusion, you're going to see this thing quite often, and you're going to have to play through these changes. So if we think of our group of 6, we could think of it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1 E and a 2 E. That way, we've got 4 notes on the F sharp minor chord and 2 notes on the D minor chord. So on F sharp minor, on D minor, so we have, and instead of thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we can think of 1 E and a 2 E. That way we're straight through those changes. So the next two chords will be E minor and C minor. So we join these two together now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 1 E and a 2 E. And this way we get through these changes, which are happening very, very quickly. Okay, so as you can see, we have a group of 6 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can break this up into a group of 4 and a group of 2. We now have a group of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a group of 2, 1, 2. 1, E, and, A, 2, E. Takadimi taka, takadimi taka, 1 E and a 2 E. Okay, so as you can see, the F sharp minor is there on the first beat, and the D minor is there on the second beat. 1 E and a 2 E. And this gives us a rest here. And this is quite important when you're starting out, because this rest will give your hand time to get into position to play this again on the next 2 chords. So this will give you time to get to beat 3 here and beat 4 here. On this beat 3 you'd have your E minor, and on beat 4 you'd have your C minor. So we have 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and on those anders is where you make the changes. You get your hand in position on the guitar to play the next part, the next phrase. You have to remember that this is for playing through the changes, through developing a motif, a melody, a theme. This is not putting distortion on and doing a tremolo and hammering on. That just won't work when you come into things like jazz or fusion. You've got to be able to play rhythmically through the changes. And the only way to learn that in order to create musical phrasing is to learn rhythms. I mean, if you looked at this straight off of the page, you might say, well, that's rhythmically complex. And it will be rhythmically complex, but if you can break it down into subdivisions, then you can make sense of it. And when you can make sense of it, it becomes playable. Anyway, I hope this video was of some use to you. If it was, then please smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, click the notification button, write a comment in the comment section, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching.